From Founders Day to Jingle All the Way, nerds love a lot of things about the holidays, but there's one thing they love about all else, and that's correcting people. This is Arrrrctually. When I said I went full tryhard with this, I was not kidding. Yes. Hello. Hi, hello everybody. I am Chris Caneas, aka the Painting Pirate, aka the mic trap your mum said you had at home, and welcome to my spin-off of Arrrrctually. Drop out, please do not sue me. I am joined by three wonderful friends and lovely, lovely fellow streamers. So before we get into how all this is going to work, I will let them introduce themselves, starting with Cypher. Yes. And I'm very sorry about that.
Hold on.
I fixed it. It was my fault because we cannot go. See, I was so like all the stuff, too much technical stuff. I had you all output muted. I fixed it. They should be fine now. I'm very sorry if you want to do that again. Like take two.
Oh,
it's not live. We'll
take
fix it and
two.
post. It's fine.
No worries. Take two. I'm Cypher, also known as Tanya. I do a lot of things on the internet and on Twitch. I do RPG stuff. I get to play D&D, Into the Motherlands, and other things here on the internet. Paint minis, occasionally make dice. And I'm very much looking forward to being pedantic with my friends.
Thank you. And also joined by the wonderful Urban Bohemian.
Hi, I am Brian, aka Urban Bohemian, aka Herb. I do all sorts of random things on the internet, mostly variety streaming with games and food and drink and tabletop RPGs, Rifles of Waterdeep. I voice Into the Motherlands. I play in a cyberpunk podcast. I am really looking forward to having time off as the holidays. And I don't know anything about fandoms, so this is going to be real great. I spent 10 minutes watching actually on YouTube, and I am basically an expert now.
Yep, that's absolutely how it works. Just do the bare minimum amount of research and approach everything with the confidence of a white man on the internet. Val, let's have you round us out. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, hello. I am Val, or Space Valkyries. I'm a queer variety streamer and sci-fi fantasy writer who just got my first publication sale, so my short story should be coming out next year.
Hey,
Heck yeah.
Nice.
You can find out more about me at spacevalkyries.com because I have an official website now too. And I stream Saturdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern normally, except I didn't today because I'm sick, but it's fine.
Yes, which thank you very much for still doing this. I know that you were dedicated to it and were very clear, like, no, I'm not quitting on this. But
I refuse because I watched more than 10 minutes of them, actually. I've watched like a month's worth of them, actually. I'm so ready for this.
I may have accidentally given Val a new obsession. Yeah. But let's talk a little bit real quick before we dive into the actual game of why we're doing all of this, because it is not just for me to be ridiculously extra with all of this, although that is a very valid reason. This is being done in support of the NCA, the National Children's Alliance. They are a wonderful children's advocacy charity. They reached out to me to take part in their Say It Louder event. If you do !NCA in chat, you can find all the information on that. They are also being one of their partners, reached out to offer a giveaway for tonight, which is the Little Flowers Yoga. They are offering for us a set of children's books and cards focused around teaching kids mindfulness and meditative practices. That's a sentence to go through. So you can do also !Little Flower Yoga or LFY, that one, in chat for information on that. And we will get the giveaway started there in just a moment. It'll run for 60 minutes. It is unfortunately restricted to the USA and Canada for shipping reasons. But that's a thing that's happening. So thank you very much to Little Flower Yoga for assisting with that as well. So let me actually, before we get into anything else, let me get that giveaway rolling, because I have it set to run for an hour and I want to basically set it so I can forget about it and focus on tormenting my friends. So let me get that started now. Boom, there that is. So exclamation mark yoga books in chat if you want to enter for that. Again, I do need to stress it is for US and Canada only. I apologize. Shipping, especially lately, is a whole thing. But that's basically everything that we got to run through for that. This is a charity stream. We do have the donation goal, which I'm already seeing the donations come in. So thank you, Zach Bussey and Zach Rules, for those donations that I see coming in. Very much appreciate that. We do have a goal for the day of $1,000 as a stretch goal. If we hit that, I have to do a cooking stream. This week, I did almost set my kitchen on fire because I set oil in a pan and forgot that I had done it. So... That's super fun. So it'll be great. You maybe get to watch me die on stream. That's super fun. So that will be a thing if we do that. And thank you, Springleaf, for the donation. I do apologize because of the focus on stuff. I'm not going to be as attentive to chat or donations as I usually would, but it's up there on stream. And know that your donations are very, very, very much appreciated. And thank you also to my mods in chat who are definitely putting the work in today as I'm able to be less attentive because, again, I have friends to torture. It'll be fun. So I think the Brian's gleeful smile, as you say, cooking stream is cracking me up, says. I think that was a gleeful smile, which very quickly shifted into horror when I explained about the almost fire. So that's fun. So that is, I think that we have one donation incentive because I wanted to keep it simple, which is for a $50 donation. There is a form on the Tiltify. You do get to submit your own statement for correction. So the final round of this will be going through those which I've dubbed the community round. So if you want to create an incorrect statement for my wonderful friends, guests here to try to figure out what is wrong, please do that. We'll at some point through the stream be taking a break so I can compile those, and then we will run through those for the final round. I think, without further ado, that pretty much hits everything I need to run through as far as setup. So let's get the actual game going. Now, for those who have not seen the proper actually, which actually that's the other command I should mention, exclamation mark actually in chat for information on Dropout TV and Wiggles 3D, who do the actual game and actual show. They have nothing to do with this. They're not sponsoring this. It just felt fair. So, because, you know, I'm literally ripping off every one of their things. So, for those who have not seen it, I have here a stack of statements about various nerdy properties and fandoms. One element of these will be incorrect. It is the job of my guests to interrupt me at any point, because why bother waiting for me to finish? I'm wrong, and you need to tell me immediately. I do have a buzzer system going. They can buzz in at any point and tell me what is wrong. They do have to precede their correction with the phrase, actually, or I will not be awarding the point, and others will be able to steal it from them. That, I think, basically covers it. If you've seen the show, you know how it works. If not, you'll pick it up fairly easily. And to kick things off in a way to basically upset Urban Val, our first question is going to be about Dragon Age.
I'm out.
Delight me, you mean?
I'm out. Okay,
I was
yeah.
like, have you not met Val?
I was gonna say, I
That's all I
got
got
a
to know
5,000
now.
word
That's
essay
fair.
on lore.
Well, then this should be good for you. When Darkspawn ran out of things to eat underground, they emerged to attack the surface world in a conflict known as a blight.
Actually,
Okay,
Darkspawn are not quick to heal.
did I
And it
say
is
that?
the
at all?
blight. It's right there. Darkspawn are quick
Okay,
to
wow.
heal. I'm reading it.
Okay, so I really appreciate the dedication to not even not waiting for me to finish the question, not even waiting for you to read the question before jumping in with the interruption, which I appreciate. And it's just one of those situations where, so that's not what's on the card,
Really?
but I am not going to sit here and correct you on Dragon Age.
I'm sorry. This game's out of order. You're out of order. That card is out of order. No.
Yes. So here's what we will do. I'm going to finish reading this, and unless somebody can get the actual correction, we'll give you that point.
It's also the blight, not a blight.
We are going to get so many letters after this one.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
That I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do think there have been multiple blights.
Yes.
Yes.
So it is a blight. During it is called the blight, but it is a blight as they have been melted. I'll say that one I think is accurate. That one I
Going
think
on
is
right
fair.
now.
Any
you don't know.
blight or just like
This is so good already.
We're already immediately
Sorry.
off. But Val, you also buzzed in, so did you have a different correction?
Yeah. Actually, they don't like just run out of things to eat and then go to the surface. They're looking for the old gods and stuff.
That is correct. That is
Yeah.
that is the thing that is on the card. So I think what we will start with is honestly, because this feels appropriate with the way to kick it off. And I do not know enough about Dragon Age to say whether Darkspawn are not quick to heal or not. I'm going to give both Val and Cypher a point on that one. I think that is the way to go. So
That's fair.
That is hilarious. And I forgot to buzz. I'm like, no, I'm just interrupting you.
Just a second to reset the.
there's a rule to the interrupting. It feels good to interrupt. I know. There's a rule to the interrupting.
I know. I was
It's just like
excited. Dragon Age.
Imagine everyone just shouting answers at Alec Trebek for the entire half hour of Jeopardy. Like that's
That
not
would be
gonna
kind of
That
funny.
would be
Actually.
amazing.
I mean, that's I've gone as far as I can go. I'm sure the rest of these I'm gonna be like, what?
There we go. So I'm messing with this new Stream Deck plugin to do the scores. So there we go. That's better. So let me get those up and running. Okay, so after that first round, we have 1 point for Cypher, 1 point for Val, which for the Dragon Age one feels appropriate. But don't worry, because I planned ahead for this exact eventuality, because round 2 is Star Trek.
Oh shit. Okay, Brian, you got this. Let's just give the point to Brian now.
Just hands off buzzers. I got this.
Why are you just handing him the
I'm
point?
like,
I
Yeah,
may have
all right.
planned
This should be really interesting because
So here we go. Many alien races in Star Trek are able to reproduce with humans. In fact, several human-alien hybrid characters serve in Starfleet. For example, Spock is half Vulcan, B'Elanna Torres and Worf are half Klingon, and Deanna Troi is half Betazoid.
actually, Worf is Klingon. Worf is not half Klingon.
Uh,
Who dares?
That is correct. That is exactly it. I think where they were trying to go with this for the elaboration of the card is he was adopted and raised by humans, but he is full Klingon.
Yes.
So
His father has all the technical specs on the Enterprise at home. Yes.
yes. So yeah, that is it. That's straightforward. Boom. That evens us out. So that is 1 point for Herb up on the board. Everyone, nice and even. So we're going to continue rocking through things, going through nice and quickly, a little quicker than I expected. So that's fine because those were the easy ones to kick in. This next one is for me and for the Opera Geek because this one's about Discworld.
well,
This is going to be one of those where, again, you can guess into these answers. There are many unusual characters in Discworld, including a sentient luggage trunk, a horse who is the greatest mathematician on the disc, vampires who abstain from drinking human blood, and the librarian, a human transformed into an orangutan.
Actually, the librarian isn't a human transformed into an orangutan.
He is. In fact, he is
Shit.
transformed in the very first novel, The Color of Magic, and he remains an orangutan the entire rest
Right.
of the
Just
series.
shot in the
They say
dark.
that they say they can't figure out why, and they just assume that he just likes being an orangutan.
That is, anyone who researches ways to turn him back meets a fairly unpleasant end. So, Herb, Cypher, either of you want to take a stab at this one?
Actually, I'm just gonna say that it's the horse is not the mathematician. I think it's the camel from Pyramids.
That is correct. It is not a horse. It is a camel. I will give that to you unless one of the other two can specifically tell me what the camel's name is.
Bob.
Good guess, but no.
Robert.
Bobberton.
It's Bobbert.
Bob
Yes.
Bobbington the third.
Look, this is a game where I'm sure being pedantic would be like, it's actually Robert, not Bob. I could see that happening.
So no, you're absolutely playing the game correctly. But no, the camel's name is You Bastard.
Yes.
What?
Wait, really?
I mean, I have read perhaps 4 or 5 Discworld books. Pyramids is one of the early ones because I love that it takes place away from stuff. But the camel is basically the greatest mathematician because they go into this whole thing about how camels spit and that they basically calculate the trajectory and angles and perfectly. And everybody calls the camel You Bastard. and the main character actually like digs haunches into you bastard while writing, which makes you bastard like think and calculate faster.
Yep.
It's awful for the camel, but I was like, the horse, that doesn't sound right. So
Yep.
I got one Discworld. One Kelly owes me one congratulations for one Discworld answer correct.
She does
I need to
indeed.
read more Discworld. Clearly.
Oh, it's amazing. Everyone should read more Discworld. It's fantastic.
I've read it, but none of that stuck in my brain.
I did send that one to Kelly prior to stream just to test, and immediately she's like, she corrected literally everything about that in immense detail, pretty much the same way that Ryan just did. So that was surprising,
Although,
literally nobody, but yes.
I just realized, Pirate, I made a donation and did not claim putting in statements. So could audience members use that and put in statements?
Oh, that's what I gave Kelly one of those. Yes.
Okay.
I already asked Kelly for one. But yes, I'll say, screw it, if you want to just throw those out to chat, I didn't give a specific way to do that. Actually, no, the Google form is in there. So if you go to the donation, you can pull the Google form out. If someone wants to do that, just say that you're claiming one of Cypher's, oh dear, maths, $50. So let's call it 10. So there's 9 left. So there are 9 left for that. I think that's in the maths, right? So
Sure.
we'll say there's 9. So if you want to claim that, go to it. Go ahead and submit that in, and just say that you're claiming one of Cypher's, and we'll see how many we get through at the end. So
We're gonna actually basic math because I probably would.
Yes.
I also like
Okay.
how Brian said they were bad at fandom stuff and is kicking our butts. So
Right?
With one question.
With two
That was not
is.
that was not super focused on my one area of expertise.
You're still ahead.
Well, this one could be interesting then, because we're going to see how much attention Val has been paying to these episodes they've been watching, because this is one of the ones that was used on the show. But it's also one of my favorite questions. So we'll see if you've watched an episode where this is in, because when I added this, I didn't know you were doing that. So this could be interesting. The Demon Princes of the Abyss are some of the most formidable foes in the universe. Brazzer Blue is the Prince of Deception and Illusions, who appears as a massive gargoyle. Grogar is the Prince of Cruelty, who appears as a demonic goat wearing a bell and rules the realm of Tamberlon. And Grazd is the Dark Prince of Pleasure, who appears as a beautiful but demonic humanoid and takes advantage of others through manipulation and charm.
I have not come across this one, so that's
Excellent.
unfortunate for me.
I feel like Brian and I should know this because we fought Grass on Rival.
All I know is that Gratz is hot. So when you said like pleasure and charm, and I was like, okay, that actually sounds like it dials in. So
I already forgot the name, but I guess I'll buzz. I'm probably wrong. Actually, I think that second description is wrong. I don't remember it. Oh, I already
Grogar,
forgot
the
it.
Prince of Cruelty.
Yes, I feel
So,
like that description
you are
is not
correct.
right.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
I did.
one of the
Oh.
Demon Princes, so I will give you the point unless someone else can tell me where Grogar is from.
As in what?
Discworld.
band?
Yes.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say, I don't know,
Discworld.
the description sounded like Krampus to me, so I'm like, wait, what?
No.
It sounds so familiar.
Baldur's Gate?
So I don't think we're going to get it, so I will give you the point on that, Cypher. Grogar, the Prince of Cruelty, is a demonic goat wearing a bell and does rule the realm of Tamberlon in My Little Pony.
Oh
What?
my god, no, this what I did get this.
Oh,
I
that's why that name
going-
sounded so familiar. Oh my gosh.
Oh
My
my
brain-
god.
should've-
Also, no throwing answers in the chat because we are trying to figure this out.
Yes. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
So we are, for the next question, going back to the realm of video games. And we're going to go with God of War.
Well,
I'm out.
Oh,
But
Brian,
we are not going with either of the recent ones, so I will forewarn you with that.
Oh no.
We're going
Well-
way back in history with this one.
oh,
Kratos offers his service to Ares, the god of war, in exchange for revenge against the barbarians who killed his wife and daughter. Ares accepts and gives Kratos the Blades of Chaos, a set of heavy blades on chains that were forged in Hades. With these weapons, Kratos defeats the barbarians and decapitates their king. You got the buzz?
I'm just gonna say, actually, I doubt that the blades would have been forged in Hades. That sounds like the kind of thing that would happen on Olympus or with Hephaestus.
That is incorrect. The blades were indeed forged in Hades.
Rude. It's rude, is what I gotta say to that.
Actually, I think it was a different god that forged those, but I feel like I'm wrong the second I said that.
The statement was just that the blades were forged in Hades. It did not specify who forged them.
Well, no. Well, who gave them to him? And I feel
It
like
was Ares who arranged for
Okay.
Kratos to receive the blades. Val, do you
Well-
have anything on this one?
Actually, the blades weren't named that.
They are the blades of chaos. That has.
Dang!
So
We're trying.
Zero
We're like,
God of War. Okay.
you got it. So I don't think anyone got this. So the answer to this one is
Oh my god!
that
Someone followed named Ogrepani. I quit.
Kratos killed his own wife and daughter in a fit of rage, manipulated by
I-
Ares. It was
Oh,
not.
is that
I
like
was so
Hercules?
confused because I know that he killed them and that like the ashes are what. But
Yes,
What was that?
it was not the barbarians who
forgot
killed
that.
Kratos' wife.
I
and
was
daughter.
focused
It
on the
was
completely
Kratos.
wrong part of the question.
That is the trick with
I-
these questions. That is the trick with it.
I forgot that about the old games because
Yep.
I was
current
there.
lore is what's in my head.
Yep.
All I know about God of War is it is dad of boy. That's it. That's all I know. I need to
Yeah.
play them.
All right, so let's move on to the next. We're going through these fairly quickly, so I may have to pull some extra ones out, but this is okay. We are going to go for now the 80s and 90s,
Well,
and
I wasn't
specifically.
alive in the 80s.
well,
Well, look, we need any advantage that we can get in this game, and I will take it.
That's,
I honestly
Okay,
will.
fine.
I will tell you all when I heard the categories for the game because I was like, actually, okay, fandoms, I don't know, and pirates going through them, and I'm like, 80s and 90s. I don't know if I feel happy or slightly insulted that 80s and 90s is an entire category in this game.
Yep. Well, we can all be we can all crumble into dust with Val's
I mean, at
protestation
least-
about not being alive in the 80s.
At least
That
Trivial
one.
Pursuit got an entire game devoted to the 80s and an entire game devoted to the 90s. This gets one category.
It's okay, but
Okay.
the
Okay.
question, I will say the question I've chosen from it. Yeah, no, it's a classic. You might remember it because we're going with Highlander.
Oh.
I love that reaction. The
Well,
film specifically, not the
dear.
TV series. Connor McLeod, the
Wait.
Highlander, discovers that he is one of a race of nearly immortal beings who are destined to duel to the death until only one remains. With training from a worldly Spaniard called Ramirez, McLeod learns the skills he needs to face his deadliest foe, the Kurgan. I'm loving these expressions.
Actually wasn't.
Oh, wait. I've
Oh,
got
sorry.
that first. So,
Oh,
Percy.
Well, we can't. I can't see who got there.
oh,
That's
great.
okay.
Oh, was it me first? Because I
It
feel
was
like
you-
Val and
yeah.
I are going to say the
You
same
were-
thing. So if we,
You were within
if
a
we
second of
I'm-
each other, but
I'm happy to
just
share the
first.
point. But I was going to say, actually, it wasn't a Spaniard named Ramirez who trained him.
So you've honed in on the thing that's wrong. He was trained by Ramirez, but Ramirez is not a Spaniard. So I will
Like,
say,
Oh
unless
god,
somebody...
that makes it even worse.
Oh, I know. So unless I will say, you get that point unless somebody
Oh,
can tell
God.
me where Ramirez is from. Ramirez, played
'Cause
by
he was-
Sean Connery.
Because he's played by Sean Connery,
What?
so he's got to be basically some horrible blend of whatever Sean Connery speaks. What is that? Some weird garbled, drowning Scottish or something? I don't know.
I'm judging in Mexican American really hard right now.
because he has to move his mouth around it so much. Like, what is wrong with you, Sean? I do not know where Sean Connery is from, let alone the character that he would have played, let alone why they would name it Ramirez.
I will say, Sean Connery is one of my favorite things from his appearance in Waterdeep Dragon Heist, that module, because he is effectively in there as Zardoz Zord.
Yes.
His movie character, which you've ever seen that picture
You've
of
never
Sean
seen
Connery
Zardoz.
in just red leather straps.
Give me
That's
yeah, give me
Zardoz.
some really, really bad sci-fi. That's
Yep.
mm.
And there is a picture of the WotC officers during the development of Dragon Heist of Chris Perkins' office with a board with that picture of Sean Connery on it.
No, I have no
It's
idea where
pretty
Sean
amazing.
Connery is from, but I do know that Spaniard is wrong.
Spaniard
So,
is wrong. So
If
so you
anyone
get the
else,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, you identified the thing that's wrong, so you'll get the point unless either Cypher or Val can identify specifically where Ramirez is from.
Actually, Portugal.
It is not from Portugal. Cypher, you want to take a stab at it?
I'm actually Colombia.
So it's so much worse than either of these options.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
And I'm not surprised that none of you got it because this is one that I would have questions if you guessed your way into this one. Ramirez is Egyptian.
Sorry, what?
No.
Because I was going to say Ramirez being a Spaniard
I'm
was
sorry.
the wrong thing, but I would not
I'm
have said Egyptian.
Sorry.
Yes. Ramirez is an Egyptian, played by Sean Connery. He took a Spanish name as an alias while serving Charles V.
1986.
And everyone just went, yeah, that's legit.
Y'all,
Someone please Google
1986.
this.
Oh,
We're not allowed to
nice.
drink during this game, are we?
Oh, feel free. Yeah, feel free.
The end of this game is going to drive me to a cocktail. I can imagine. Yes.
Wow.
That is. You know what? Yeah.
He's just a really,
Okay.
really white Latino with a Scottish accent.
With a Scottish accent.
Oh, he's like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
Yeah, she's Welsh, right?
Yep.
Yes,
she's Welsh.
I believe.
Tell
that's-
every casting director that they'll never believe it, but she is. Sorry, Catherine Zeta-Jones, if you're listening. Sorry.
No, that's.
Sorry.
next question.
Yeah, that's next question. I'll take the quick pause here to say thank you to everyone who has been donating. I see we were $885 towards the goal. Very much appreciate that. I'm going to do just a quick check-in real fast on the form. I want to see how we are doing on these questions to see if people have been submitting those. I want to see how difficult this is going to get for all of you later on.
I'm
Oh
afraid.
no, I have fear.
Yep.
Oh,
So-
we're $115 away from the cooking stream goal, so
Let's go.
Yep.
I mean, come on, y'all.
That's.
I want to see Pirate cook.
It's certainly going to be a thing. Okay.
I feel like maybe you should have Brian to guide you so you don't burn your house down.
Oh,
but-
it's interesting. And
I
also,
mean-
I will say too, I've only gotten one response in through the form. So if you want to do those, get those in because you see the way this chaos is already going. So please help me torment my friends.
Wow.
Right. So, and speaking of tormenting, I think the next category is going to elicit that particular reaction. Do the questions have to be fandom-related things? I'd encourage it, Bob, but if you want to go weird with it, yeah, screw it, go weird with it. It's for charity. And
Oh,
speaking
no.
of going weird with it, Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, it's my time. Let's go.
Val, it's all you. I'm just gonna sit here like I don't understand the story, and I played all the games.
The designs of Sora, Donald, and Goofy change based on which Disney world they're visiting. For instance, when visiting Monstropolis, the world of Monsters Inc., they all become monsters. Or when visiting the Pride Lands from The Lion King, Sora turns into a lion cub, Donald turns into a baboon, and Goofy becomes a tortoise.
Actually, only Sora turns into a lion, and the other two don't change.
That is incorrect.
What? No.
You're dancing around the thing that's wrong, but that is incorrect.
Actually, the Pride Lands is not actually a region in Kingdom Hearts. That is a queer bar that I went to when I grew up.
So that is one of those things where it doesn't contradict it. You're right. It does not contradict the card. But, good to know.
Actually, the animals they change into are wrong, but they all do change.
So you've narrowed further down the thing that's wrong.
So Sora
They
turns
do
to a
change.
cub.
They do all change into animals. I'll say
I
unless
don't
somebody,
know the.
so
I
I will
don't
say
recall the exact animals.
I will say Cypher will get that point unless somebody can be very specific about the thing that is wrong.
Without googling it, I cannot tell you which animals.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
don't think we're going to go with it. So the correction here is that it is true that Sora does turn into a lion cub and Goofy does become a tortoise. Donald Duck turns into a bird.
Oh.
Oh,
Isn't he already a
that
bird?
makes
That's why it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's why it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yep, Donald
I
Duck
don't remember.
turns into a bird.
That's
We
a little I
said
paid
that,
attention to them in that game. That's
Yep.
Oh god.
Yep, I
Leaf
forget.
said
I
Brian
hate this-
should get half a
I was
point.
I
so
hate how this game
confident
is
I was
coming-
right.
Coming for so many things that we have all spent hundreds of hours on, and we're just like, I'm sorry, what?
I've played every Kingdom Hearts game. Like I could sit here and tell you the whole plot, as confusing as it is. But I couldn't tell you that.
I also realized I forgot to hit the button. So who got the point for the Highlander one? That's
I took
None
the
of
point for the
us.
Highlander one.
Oh no. You're
Because
right.
nobody was like
that's right.
specific
Yeah.
Brian got
enough.
that one. All right.
Yeah,
so
which I was going to share with Val because I'm pretty sure they were going to say the exact same.
Yeah.
I'll allow
But
it's
you did it
interesting. I'll
first,
allow.
so.
I'll allow you to share that one. So we're at 3-3-2. So very, very close at this point. And so, Bob, to the clarification, yes, it's $50 to donate. $50 donation lets you put a question in, or you can claim one of the 9 that we have from Cypher's $500 donation pre-stream. So if you want to throw a question in without donating, there's 9. Just let me know in the thing that you're claiming one of the ones that Cypher gave. All right, so moving on to the next category, and this is another one which is in here just for me, because it's about One Piece.
Oh man.
You mean One Piece has been running for like 8 million years?
Can you
Yep.
pick an anime I've watched?
There's another anime question in here that I suspect is one you may have seen, so we'll see. Just
Sweet.
based on what I know of you as a person. I actually suspect everyone on the call may have seen it, so we'll find out, but that's later. Let's start with this one for One Piece. The Straw Hat Pirates' first full-sized ship, the Going Merry, was special. It survived sailing up a mountain, repaired itself after being left on the sacrificial altar to God, and later floated out to sea by itself to save its crew. After the Marines destroyed it, it was resurrected as a small boat, the Mini Merry 2, on the pirates' next ship, the Thousand Sunny.
This is really hard because as far as anime goes, that could all be 100%
Right? I was
correct,
like,
and
oh,
I
that
would not
is-
question it. I
Yep.
would not.
I mean, only one aspect of it is wrong, so...
I'm gonna actually. Oh wait, can I? My buzzers. My
Look
buzzer is buzzed.
Oh,
And so my buzz-
sorry,
my
that's my
buzzer's
fault.
buzzed.
To reset the buzzers. But we'll go for it. Go
I
ahead.
will. Actually, that the name of the ship, the name of the new ship, the Thousand thing, is incorrect.
That is correct. The Thousand Sunny is their next ship. It has an
Okay,
lion's head.
okay.
It's a sunflower as the symbol.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's-
Val, I
Um,
see, is up next.
Actually, it's not God, it's something else.
No, that is not the correction. It is left
know
on the
anything
sacrificial
about
altar to God.
Nice.
Actually, it didn't survive sailing up a mountain.
That's not. It did survive sailing up.
I got
sailing
nothing.
up a mountain. So
Amazing.
So I don't think we're gonna get this one. And the actual correction here is that the Going Merry was not destroyed by the Marines. The Straw Hats themselves set it on fire after it became too damaged to sail. It was given a Viking funeral.
Oh,
sweet.
that's
Oh.
sweet.
As is genuinely one of the most emotional scenes that anime, and made me cry like a baby.
And how
Yes.
how long ago was that? Which episode out of like 500?
Oh god,
and
it's a while back. It's
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
that probably happened like 15 years ago at this point.
I think there's
Wow.
unironically like 500 something plus, or is it like 1,000 episodes?
It's
or
a
something?
1,000. They had their
Yeah.
1,000th episode
Oh
There's
my
a lot.
gosh.
earlier this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well have asked a question about X Clamp. Jesus.
Oh, there's the deep lore.
That is the deep lore. All right, let's keep things going. We are going to get festive now because we have a question all about Santa Claus. Marvel Comics is home to several different wizards, including none other than Santa Claus. While the full extent of Santa's magic isn't known, he's pulled off some truly amazing feats. He's teamed up with Iron Fist to take down the demon Krampus, wielded the Infinity Gauntlet, erased the memories of the X-Men, and turned a group of villains into toys.
Actually, Santa never wielded the Infinity Gauntlet.
No, Santa has wielded the
He did
Infinity
do
Gauntlet.
that. He did do that.
I suck at the game.
Val,
Actually, Krampus isn't a demon.
in Marvel Comics, Krampus is a demon. Yes.
I have two things that I think might be wrong. I'm gonna say, actually, he did not team up with Iron Fist.
He did team up with Iron Fist.
The other one I was
What?
gonna say is that he's not a wizard.
So that's the one you should have gone for because that is what is incorrect. Santa
Oh,
is
Yeah,
not
I
a
was
wizard.
actually,
like-
he's not a
I
wizard.
was like, he's not a wizard. Yeah,
Nope.
he's not a wizard. Yeah.
Santa is a mutant.
Because when you said, I was like, he has to say X-Men if he's gonna say Santa. And yeah,
No.
okay.
What's his power?
But I do not know. I could not tell you. I presume
I
it's
mean,
related
look,
to Santa's
Longevity,
abilities. but
there's
yes.
the ability to spontaneously manifest things, there's
Right,
probably
like, does he
molecular
just-
manipulation, there's probably speed, there's probably teleportation, there's probably emotional manipulation because everyone loves him. There's the ability to convert energy into food into energy
Mhm.
as well the
Mhm.
cookies. I mean, like ask Cerebro, don't ask me.
Yep, and I will say it's clarified on the card too. Chatter entirely correct. Santa is also canonically the most powerful mutant ever registered.
Dang.
Yep.
Go Santa.
Yep.
Horrifying.
That's
But good to know.
So yeah, so when you consider all those like Avengers versus X-Men or the anti-mutant thing, they're anti-Santa. If you're questioning which side that's come down on, yep, that just says everything really. All right, so we have a few. we got a few left in the ones I had prepared before we will move into the community ones, but I got some interesting ones to come through on.
Oh no.
We're going to so this one's pulled from the horror category, but it's also a video game question, so we got with a nice mix going, and it is coming from one of my favorite video games of all time, Silent Hill 2. Enemies in Silent Hill 2 reflect the psychological trauma of the main characters. We're keeping it light. These monsters, which include a mechanical spider with a baby's head and a woman's severed legs attached to a fishing rod, reflect Alessa's memories of hospitalization and James's anxiety about his wife's illness.
My buzzer's
Oh, sorry, let me reset.
buzzed still.
That's my bad.
Actually, it's not a spider with a baby's head. That's like a Toy Story thing.
That's correct.
Yes!
The mechanical spider with the baby's head and woman's severed legs attached to a fishing rod are two of Sid's toys from Toy Story.
Yeah, they traumatized me as a child, and so they stuck in my psyche.
Yep, they sound like they would entirely belong in Silent Hill, but nope, those are from Toy
But no,
Story.
Silent Hill baddies are way more messed up than that. So, and like more fleshy and weird.
I'm
So,
a little
like,
messed
that
up just
made
from that question. Oh my, I mean, and now I'm more messed up finding out that they are from Toy Story, a beloved. No, just no, no.
I'm so proud I got the Toy Story thing right. I was like, that's freaking me Toy Story memories. I'm okay with this. If we can walk away with this, I got that right.
That was a sleeper. That was like trying to con us. That category, nicely done.
Right?
There we go. It was well done. I think I screwed up the point there, but I think that one ties us to 3-all at this point with Val getting that point. I hit the button twice, so Val's technically on 4 on the overlay, but I don't know what I'm doing, so it's fine. And I'm so glad that he is here in chat, because this question I included specifically because I want to upset the Jester.
Wow.
Because this question is about the Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, one of my favorites. Okay.
So we're busting out the llamas for this one.
Oh no.
Yes. In the scuffle to find the vial of potion that can turn Kuzco from a llama back into a human, one of the vials explodes, turning Isma into a squirrel. She is later seen among Kronk's squirrel scouts.
Actually, it's not a squirrel, it's a cat.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. That was like, yeah.
No.
Yep,
Wow.
that's right.
'cause
That is
I was
correct.
like, no. I was only just made to see that movie for the first time like last year, and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's
Wow.
I
Val
love
did
good one, Val.
I was like,
I'm
wait.
sorry. Love that movie.
Guys, it's hilarious. I did that with the Dragon Age question.
That is cutthroat.
Yes.
See, Val knows how to play this game. That is
the
cutthroat.
question about Cusco, the Cusco's question.
Yeah,
the
imagine
question,
the
question,
like-
the question.
It's about
Imagine
Cusco, yes.
what we'd be like if this wasn't for charity and like 5 hours later.
I know, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm definitely doing more of these. I put too much effort into these overlays to do this as a one-off. So we're gonna do this again, and maybe for a different charity. It could get messy. No.
Oh no. Oh dear.
I will say for the remainder of that question, even though she is a cat, she does still join Kronk's Squirrel Squad. Like that is still a thing. That part was accurate. She's just a cat. All right, so let's.
Yeah, I knew that was wrong, but I was like, well, okay.
I don't remember her turning into a squirrel. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
All
Squirrel
right.
from God of War Ragnarok. Not
That's yes, yes. Isma turns
Oh
into
my gosh,
Ratatoska.
yeah.
She splits into all various elements of her personality and is now voiced by Troy Baker. All right, let's move on to the final question I had prepared before moving into the community ones. We're going back to anime, and let's see how well I read my friends, because I tried to pick one I suspect some of you may have seen. It's going back to the 90s for it. For Revolutionary Girl Utena.
I didn't watch that one. I've always
Well, I
been
think
told
I
I
know
should
that.
have because
I
it's
always feel like
amazingly
I only
gay.
ever see that as a T-shirt referenced in everything else, but I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah,
also,
honestly, your
for
shirt
the
for it is
question-
remarkably appropriate.
I hope you are ready for a cooking stream because we are only $35 away.
Let's go.
That's going to be interesting. Well, let's see how
Don't die.
let's see how this question goes. After Utna challenges a fellow student to a sword duel and wins, she learns that she is now engaged to Anthe, the Rose Bride. While Anthe mostly just helps out by carrying Utna's sword in her backpack, some say she has the power to bring about a revolution.
Actually, this is an entire guess, but I'm going to say Anthe doesn't carry her sword in a backpack. It's something else.
So that is correct. That is the thing that's wrong here. So Cypher will get that point unless somebody can be specific about where the sword is carried.
And the power of their lesbian love. I don't know.
I saw you, Brian. I saw where that was
No,
going.
I went to the same place that I told you.
No, the problem is I'm still going there. I am simply saying that she does carry the sword in her body.
That is correct. The sword is in Anthe's
Y'all
body.
are like, yeah, like I was thinking more about like a spiritual kind of that, not, you know.
Yeah, no,
Obviously
correct.
between the, you know.
Right.
It's very magical, girl.
Wow.
But yeah, no, yep, the sword is pulled out of Anthe.
Yes.
So that is
All right.
a point for Herb on that one.
Bob.
Wow.
So we hit the goal.
Oh no, we hit the goal.
You
has been
have
hit.
to do a
Oh,
cooking
no.
stream now.
Well, it's been nice knowing everyone.
So I need
Oh,
everyone to basically pop on Throne because I'm going to be adding a bunch of miniature fans to the pirates list that he can station around his smoke detector.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have a smoke detector. It's fine. It's good.
You know,
So
that doesn't
someone-
shock me because New York, but like,
Yeah.
it should.
So
Yeah.
someone please call Sirius and put her on alert.
Oh, the fun thing about that is, Sirius is not going to be in town for this. I checked.
Well,
So
I just
that's
love that.
why-
I don't know that anime, but I know enough about anime to be like, oh yeah, it's got to be some weird ass pulling the sword out of the body thing.
Yeah,
it
you're
absolutely
100%
is.
correct.
Yeah, the
you
the
say that,
classic
pup games.
anime things. Yep, that's it's pretty great. It's pretty great, and yeah, it is possibly the gayest anime from the 90s.
That's all
Like,
I've
it
ever
is,
heard.
which is why I suspected that the audience.
Everyone,
yeah.
I
everyone
really
like, oh, I
obviously-
haven't watched it. It's just like, how you're like you love women. How have you not
I've
seen
got to
it?
make sure. I've got to make time to watch this now. Apparently, because wow.
It is incredibly 90s, but it's honestly pretty good. Like I remember watching it back in my early weeb days, and it's pretty great. All right, so
It's-
that was all of the questions I had prepared before moving into the community one. I did just double check the responses. We have got a couple of new ones in. One of which is from Linoleum Bob, and Bob, you're great.
Oh no.
I have fear
I
of
love
that
the
one.
question. I love the question, Bob.
no.
You're great. So what we're going to do before we move into all of this is we are going to take a quick break to give everyone time to rehydrate and give me time to run through and double check these. So yeah, you do still have some time. So if you have not yet donated or want to get some questions in, there is still an opportunity to do so. Go ahead and fill out the form. Actually, what I will do to make this a little easier. So if people want to claim those, say I think I'll say we've got 8 left. They're the ones that from Cypher's donation. Let me grab the link to the form here, and I will just pop that into chat to make it nice and easy. There you go. So if you want to submit an extra bonus question for me to torment my friends with in this final round, actually, did I add the score? I don't think I gave the point for that last one, so let me do that right now. So we're at 3, 4, 5, so still very close. We've got a number of questions coming. So one of which is from me, one of which is from Sahana, one from Kelly, and now a number from chat. So this is going to be wonderful fun.
I'm just personally any point that I've gotten in a category that I know nothing about, I'm personally counting it as double. So I really think at the end of this, I'm going to win no matter what.
Uh-huh.
But you know,
Wow, Brian.
I mean, that is
it's
entirely
just my
fair.
personal. It's just my personal scoreboard. It's like I don't know
I
anything about that, but I got it right.
Oh, that's entirely fair.
I mean, I guess, but you had the more accurate. This is not right.
Yep. That's the way to play the game is you can be right, but somebody else can be more right, and that's what's important on the internet. So
This. Oh, I was like, say that's too much like being on the internet. Thanks.
yep.
Thanks for that.
That's, you know.
Oh.
I feel like we should do a BioWare only edition with like me, Val, and who else? And Furwick.
Oh yes, I'd be here for
Yeah,
that.
I'm into it. I will happily host these all day long. I love doing this.
You're doing great at it, by the way.
I used to
This is
Yeah.
I
so
used to
fun.
host trivia. Like I used to run like
Oh, that
like
explains
pubs
a lot.
quiz style trivia, and I really missed it. So this
Oh,
is
hey,
absolutely me getting back into things. Oh yeah, when I first put that trailer out, I immediately got the response from Kelly going, "You have 4 friends, I'll do it." So Kelly is top of my list for next time I do this to be invited on. So that's going to be, and which gives me the challenge of trying to write a Discord question to trip up Kelly. So that's going to be interesting. But we are going to take a quick break so we can get fresh water and give me time to process these new questions. So I say give it about 5 minutes or so, give everyone time to stretch and all of that. So we'll be back. Thank you again, everyone, for the donations. Again, we have hit the goal. So I really, really appreciate that. I'm not going to raise the goal because it's a big charity season and I don't want to stress everyone, financial situations being what they are right now, but it is incredibly appreciated. I'm going to have to go through my FF14 cookbook and pick out what the hell it is I'm going to make now and make a grocery store trip tomorrow. So I've got an errand now. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later on. So stick around, go ahead and there is still time. So get those questions in if you have not already. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes to see how we wrap this out. Be right back. All right, we are back. Thank you very much for waiting. Thank you again, everyone, for throwing the questions in. We have a nice selection to run through, and I will also say, because they popped in, thank you, Wari. Yes, who is the person I've been working with from the NCA. And I will just throw this out there too. I've talked about it a little bit on stream by talking about this stuff. What genuinely one of the best and most engaging solicitations I've had from a charity to work with, because as I'm sure everyone else on stream with me can validate, you get a lot of those just shotgun blast, carbon copy ones. What really made me want to do this is the fact that when I got that initial email, it started out ahoy captain. It's like okay, it's a small thing, but you clearly took the time to actually customize that. It's like that's what made me pursue working with this. So there's your tip for people who are doing that kind of recruiting streamers to work with you. Just make us feel special. Our egos need that. That's why we do this. Is our egos are tripled and need that support. Like we survive off this. So just give us that, and we'll it helps us want to work with you more. But let's. So we're going to get right back into this. As a reminder of where the scores currently sit, we are at 3, 4, and 5. Very little in it. Everything. I say everything's still at play for. Like there's an actual contest going on here. Like there's no prize to be won. It's just. I say, but I'm just. It's for ego. But yeah, we're all streamers, so that may be the biggest prize of all. So. But we're going to kick things right off with the question that I wrote for this round, just to make sure we actually had something. So.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm ready.
I'm not sorry.
oh no.
The Forgotten Realms is full of names which are fun to say and impossible to spell, but some of the best belong to dwarves. Over the years, official games and modules have featured such classics as Fossey Dug Deep, Gunner Grapeshot, Dribble Rift Thrust, Runabout Kick-a-Stone, and Lorthio Buck-Buckin.
I read Buck Buckin wrong. Very wrong.
Very
I'm
fast.
not going to say what I read it as.
And
but
then the
if you
name
know,
right
you know.
above it, I read it very. Oh my goodness.
Actually, those are all made up.
No, that is not the thing.
Damn
This
it.
question is specifically written because I think it's amazing and hilarious that only one of those is fake.
Actually, Fossey is incorrect.
That is not accurate. Fossey is correct. Fossey is a legitimate D&D dwarven name.
Can you give me the
Val.
names again? I'm still trying to process them. Sorry.
I know where the last one went because my brain went there.
Sure,
Yeah,
I'll throw it back up.
exactly.
We can enjoy this. So the names were Fossey Dug Deep,
These names.
Gunner Grapeshot, Dribble Rift Thrust, Runabout Kick-a-Stone, and Lorthio Buck-Buckin.
Oh my god.
You
I
know,
know what I
Buck
think
Bucket.
it is.
Actually, the Buck Buckin one is wrong.
Nope, that is correct. That is
Dang
a
it.
real dwarven name. So I will run through these because
Is
Oh
it
my gosh.
Rift Thrust?
that is correct. That's right, because you hadn't actually guessed one yet.
Oh, but actually, is it Rift Thrust?
It is. Oh, so
Sorry.
no, Val's playing the game because that is correct, Cypher. You did not say I'm
I'm
actually.
so sorry.
Oh no, I already had my wrong answer.
So, yeah, okay, we'll give it to Val because that is correct. So I wrote down where all of these are from too because it's fantastic to me.
Please
God.
send them to us.
So Fossey Dug Deep is from Baldur's Gate: Siege of Dragonspear. Gunner Grapeshot is from Vengeance of the Iron Dwarf. I forget which edition that module's for, but it is one. Lorthio Buck-Buckin is from Out of the Abyss. So you can thank that's a 5e module, I believe. Runabout Kick-a-Stone is from 1,000 Orcs, so you can thank R.A. Salvatore for that one. And so the fake one is Dribble Rift Thrust, which is taken from a Twitter account which randomly generates dwarven porn star names.
Oh, okay, that explains so much right
That's
now.
amazing.
I-
No, that's beautiful.
And you can all thank, and surprising nobody, Gabe Hicks for sharing that one out, who is how I found out about that Twitter account. So,
Yeah, that tracks.
yep.
I'm
That's
just gonna text
amazing.
Gabe avocado in recompense.
All right, so I will give Val the point for the actually on that one.
Sorry.
Um, Oh, Kelly, you missed some questions, but don't worry because yours is coming up soon. But our next question is going to be the one that one of my moderators and wonderful community members to many of us, Sahana Raw, wrote. And it is about
Oh, no.
Hades.
Let's go.
Darren Korb was instrumental, no pun intended, in the making of 2020 roguelike sensation Hades. As Supergiant's audio director, his fingerprints are all over the game's sound. He voiced more characters in the game than anyone else, using his talents to bring Zagreus, Skelly, and the singing voice of Orpheus to life, and he went absolutely ham on the soundtrack, building on prior experiences with games like Transistor and Pyre.
Actually, because my buzzer is still broken, so I
Oh,
didn't buzz. But the game didn't come out in 2020.
Because time is a weird soup, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, Hades,
I
Hades
thought
is
it came out in
2020.
early
Hades
access
was
in like 2019.
Hades gets 2019, 2020, so it's a bit iffy on
So
that.
early access makes it a little weird, but the
Yeah.
official release date for Hades is
Okay, I was
Because
thinking
I had to
early
look that up
access.
I looked it up for bibliography. The other kind of nerdy stuff. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say actually. Okay, the name was spelled correctly. That was the two games mentioned at the end that Darren also worked on, Transistor and Pyre, are incorrect.
no, that is correct. He did work on both of those games.
Ah.
You want to take
Alright,
a
give
stab
me
at
the
it?
question again. Like, I'm sorry, my brain,
Yeah,
my brain
it's
lost
like-
the text
I'm like,
already.
yeah, I was like, okay.
Actually, he didn't sing in this.
That is not the correction. He did do the singing voice of Orpheus. So I'll
'Cause
tell
he
you what.
was-
I'll give.
he
We'll
was
run through the.
Cyrus.
We'll run through the question one more time. We'll see if you can get it because it is a fun one. Darren Korb was instrumental, no pun intended, in the making of 2020 roguelike sensation Hades. As Supergiant's audio director, his fingerprints are all over the game's sound. He voiced more characters in the game than anyone else, using his talents to bring Zagreus, Skelly, and the singing voice. Val,
Actually, he's not the audio director.
he is the audio director.
What?
Yeah, he is,
I
but
thought he was the composer. I guess that's
He may be
okay,
both, but
okay.
he is the audio director. And he went absolutely ham on the soundtrack, building on prior experiences with games like Transistor and Pyre.
Actually, Skelly doesn't talk.
Skelly does talk. Skelly is voiced, and it is Darren Korb who voices Skelly.
I don't know what else to do.
I'm having a hard
I am
time.
stumped.
I'm just a bad
Alright.
Hades
I
fan.
think we're gonna get it. So I will go ahead and move on with this one. Let you know what the correction is. It is not true to say that Darren Korb voiced more characters than anyone else. Logan Cunningham voiced more characters, being the voice of
Oh,
Poseidon,
that's
Asterius, and Charon.
I'm gonna have to have
Thanks.
words with Sahana.
Thank you, Sahana. Thank you for that.
Because Sahana is also one of my
Wow.
buds. And
The
is a lovely
most.
person.
I will also
Oh.
say,
Back, thanks.
I'm actually a little surprised none of you went to it, because when Sahana sent me this question, I actually told them I was going to give the opportunity for a double correction, because I was genuinely expecting one of you to go, actually, that pun was intended. So, I would have also accepted that.
I'm just so used to your punning nonsense that
It's
it
not even
didn't
mine.
even.
It's Sahana's. Sahana's
I
one.
don't
least
think
it's
that
Sahana's
sounds like a standard question. Yeah, no, that's snuck
Yeah,
that right
but,
by us. Oh my
Good
goodness.
job.
that
That was
is-
really.
Yeah,
I didn't
thank
even.
you.
That was
Thank
Sahana
you
did
so
a great job
much.
with that.
I think my
And,
problem is I didn't know the other person as well. Like I love
Mhm.
Darren Korb stuff, but I didn't know the other.
Yeah,
one.
and that's a great one of
Yeah.
those where you could have lucked into it by guessing that no, he didn't, and then the possible point steal
Wow.
with a name, but that is where that. So no point on that one. But speaking of
Big
wonderful
Hades
friends,
fan.
wonderful friends and community members, we are moving on to the last question I had prepared before we move into the ones that got submitted during the stream, and it's from the Opera Geek.
Oh,
It is
no.
not about Discworld. It is not about Discworld.
Oh, thank goodness, because I know nothing.
now I'm a little more worried.
I'm so
It is
sorry
about
to Kelly.
hedgehogs. From Sonic to
Yeah.
Ambrose Spike of Redwall to Mrs. Tiggywinkle, there's a few famous hedgehogs out there, but they can be pretty far from reality. In our world, these garden-dwelling 10-inch carnivores average an impressive 5,000 spines, but don't bribe them with milk, as they're lactose intolerant.
Actually, they have more than 5,000 spines.
The average is 5,000 spines. So that is
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Actually, hedgehogs are not carnivores.
that is correct. Hedgehogs are
Oh.
not carnivores. Hedgehogs are omnivores. Mostly herbivores, but they bite bugs and beetles occasionally. But that,
I was
that is
gonna
correct.
say that they weren't 10 inches, but
they
then
are.
I made myself laugh, and I am sorry.
I'm sorry, Val,
Well,
are you implying I would go on the internet and lie about something being 10 inches?
Nope, definitely
Just-
never
just
would apply
honestly,
that.
Put a hedgehog down next to a TV remote and prove it. Is all I'm going to say.
I'm the one who at the start of this says I wanted to try and keep it PG-13, and I immediately threw it out the window. So that's on me. That's on me. That's
I love how chat's just like, Val, I'm like, what? I was trying to think about hedgehog and science. I wasn't trying to be lewd.
Cypher's just gone.
After the last one from Sahana, I was like scrutinizing this question, and I'm just like, no.
I wanted on record that I genuinely wasn't thinking inappropriately until I thought I thought the thought, and then I went, and then I didn't buzz.
Because I don't think I've ever actually seen a hedgehog up close. I don't think. Yeah, like I've never seen one up close.
I'm so sorry,
Wow.
Cypher. I could see you fully. You're just like,
I just had to lay down.
Well, we're gonna break you because I'm gonna read out what Kelly just said in chat, which is you can't lie that like in the Northeast, one blizzard and suddenly people can see what 10 inches actually looks like.
Well, you have a hedgehog, Kelly.
All right, so let's continue. So that Brian gets the point on that one. So let me switch back over to the.
I think Brian's kicking our
Submission
asses.
forms.
Is that correct?
It's not too far off. It's still relatively. We have enough questions to even it out. It is 3, 5, 6. It's still close. There's still enough questions left that anyone could still take this.
Ooh.
Who got the Discord? It was Herb who got Discord. And yeah. So yeah, you missed that. That was gotten. So that was in there. All right, let me make sure I reset the buzzers. And all right, so let's move on to the first one that was submitted during the stream, which is going to be from Zach Rules. There are 4 core books in the realms of Pugmire game line: Pugmire, Monarchies of Mao, Cyberpug Red Setter, and Squeaks in the Deep.
Actually, Cyberpug is not real.
That is correct. Cyberpug Red is not real. It is a Twitter
Wow.
joke between RTS
Yeah.
and Games and Onyx Path Publishing.
That would be very fun, though.
That is, it would be
That's nice,
amazing.
yes.
I love that. I want that to be a thing. But yeah, that is correct. That is not a real thing. It is just a Twitter joke. So congratulations on that. See, again, we're bringing it up.
That
is
was a
now-
guess. I did not know it was a. I was just like, that sounds the most improbable.
Hey, that's the way to play the game. It's just buzz in, go with the correction, and again, like a beardy white man on the internet, just forge ahead assuming you're correct. That's the way to play the game. All right, so we still have a few to go through. The now I suspect this may be an aliased username because our next question was submitted by Binoleum Lob. I have no idea who that could possibly be.
I don't know who that is.
No
At
idea.
all.
But you'll get it when you. I think it'll be given away when I read this question out. In the 2019 film Cats, the non-butthole version, Jason Derulo plays Rum Tum Tugger, a jellicle cat who yearns to ascend to the Heaviside layer.
No, this is not even an actually. Just actually, what the fuck? Why would you put cats in here? Absolutely no.
This question was absolutely just Bob wanting to remind everyone about the butthole colored cats.
I was gonna say, isn't that actually correct?
It is correct, but the question is relevant to the non-butthole version. So it's specifically to that version. I assume it's correct in both versions, but that is not the correction that we are looking for.
Can you read the question again?
Yes.
Please.
In the 2019
I gotta
film
stop.
Cats, the non-butthole version, Jason Derulo plays Rum Tum Tugger, a jellicle cat who yearns to ascend to the Heaviside layer.
Actually, that is not who Jason Derulo plays. He plays a different cat.
That is not correct. Jason Derulo does play Rum Tum
Yeah,
Tugger.
plays Rum Tum Tugger. I don't know anything about
We
cats,
got
but
the-
actually they
Yes.
are not trying to ascend to the. Not trying to ascend there.
That's correct. That is
It
the
is
thing
the
that is wrong.
Heaviside
Rum Tum
layer.
Tugger is not trying to ascend to the Heaviside layer. So that is another
Sure.
point for Herb on that one. Yeah, I'm just trusting Bob
I
on
know
this
nothing
because I
about
have no
cats.
idea. I don't know. Yes, musical theatre. Oh god, we've got double bards in chat.
I mean, I
Oh
am
no.
Rum Tum Tugger. The song from Cats at the time had a music video that played on MTV years old.
That means nothing to me.
Val,
Yeah.
no. In fact, Val, if you send us all withering into dust, I'm going to start looking for the top three.
I want to just take
sorry to all the
that I wasn't
musical-
alive in the 80s.
I should
Yeah,
know,
I'm
maybe.
definitely going back. I'm going back to clip that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
sorry
as-
to all the musical theater people also, because
Yeah.
like I've only watched like maybe 3.
And as Bob clarified, Grisabella's the one trying to ascend. Rum Tum Tugger is just vibing. He's just doing this thing.
Now that damn song is in my head.
As CB just also clarified, yep, he's just living his best life. He's just hanging out.
It's just hanging out.
Just rum tum
Sometimes you just
tugging
wanna
away.
hang-
That's yeah.
Grisabella the Glamour Cat.
Yep.
Not rum tum tugging away. Pirate.
What?
That's nasty.
Well, that's
Only if
okay.
you do it
because-
wrong.
No, we'll move. We can move on to something entirely less cursed because now we've got a question from Zero.
That's
but
not
Is
less
that less
cursed.
cursed?
Oh no,
Oh,
it is
no.
because I want you all to watch my guest's facial expressions when I tell you that this question is about Mass Effect.
Okay.
Yep, there we. I was specifically watching for Val's reaction on that one.
Wow, I guess I'm just not here.
Oh, it's you're there as well. I know it's you, love, as well, but I know Val and Mass Effect. Let's see the Dragon. I'd say
I'm
some
never
Dragon
gonna
Age is
finish
your
it,
thing.
so.
That's yeah. It's yours as well. Good luck.
Wow.
just get wrecked.
Yeah. In Mass Effect, the Volus were responsible for creating the galaxy standard economy that uses credits as a currency. Due to this contribution, they were one of the first races to gain representation on the Council, as well as gaining the Turians as a client race.
Off my brain. I don't know. I don't care about the Volus, so I don't know.
Wow.
Actually, the Turians were not their first client race.
So you've narrowed down to the thing that's wrong, but your correction isn't quite accurate. So I will give you the point unless someone can be more specific about the thing that's wrong.
I hear the question again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I need the question again.
Yeah, I will say, in Mass Effect, the Volus were responsible for creating the galaxy standard economy that uses credits as a currency. Due to this contribution, they were one of the first races to gain representation on the Council, as well as gaining the Turians as a client race.
Actually, the Volus don't have representation on the council. Do they?
That is also an accurate correction. They do not have representation on the Council. The way we're going to play this, because it'll be interesting, is I will give, because both aspects of this are wrong. So Cypher also nailed into it, and Val also nailed it. So I will give you both a point, unless Brian can be very specific about the thing that's wrong about the entire.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I would need to know the thing that is wrong to be specific about the thing that is
Then
wrong.
I will say we're going to give both Cypher and Val a point on that one.
No.
The specific correction is not only the Volus do not have representation on the Council, but they are a client race of the Turians. They do not have the Turians as a client race.
I was nowhere in that neighborhood.
And if you
Not at all.
if anyone has an
there
issue
might
with that,
be-
take it up with Zero.
There might be.
We
Kelly,
will.
if you want to submit another question, do it. We can still do this. Like there's still leftover ones to claim from Cypher's donation earlier. So do I still have it copied? Yeah. So there you go, Kelly. If you want to fill out that form for me, go ahead and give me another question.
I do love that me and Cypher both have gotten the point for the Dragon Age and the Mass Effect. Like,
That's true.
we
you
both
did both
honed
get
in
one
on
for that
two
too.
separate parts of the Dragon Age and the Mass Effect. Like,
Yep.
It's got
we're
a
like, both of them are
BioWare
wrong.
version of actually when.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that, honestly.
Oh yeah, I do love that.
I said that.
That Cypher.
I mean, like
just
an
corrected-
actual home game.
Oh yeah, I love
Like-
that Cypher was correcting the entire home game as well. It's like, no, the card is wrong. It's not
The
just
card
this
is just
accuracy.
completely
The
incorrect.
the actual card is wrong. Like, yes. Yeah, oops all that's it. An oops all BioWare thing of this. I would not be
Oh,
opposed to doing
no.
it. So let's move on
Sorry.
to the next. So this is going to be one of Prax.
I had a brain weasel. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. So one from Prax. Okay, here we go. Back to D&D and the Forgotten Realms for this one.
Oh,
Dispata is the Lord of Steel, the archdevil of Dis, who provides all the weapons in the Great War between the devils and the demons. He rules his realm jointly with his consort Lilith, who runs a massive spy network through Bartor. If I
Can you
pronounced,
say that again slowly?
yes, if I pronounced any
all
of
I
that
heard
wrong,
was
I don't care.
Despacito. That's all I
Yes.
heard at the beginning. Like when you said
That's
that,
it.
like
or put it in the chat because my brain just didn't get.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yes.
say I
Yeah,
heard
I will-
proper
I-
nouns.
that's
and-
right. I
That
said I was going to
is
start.
so
doing
much
this.
processing in my head.
There you
that I
go. So that is
cannot.
in the Discord. I'll read it again for.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
there it
stream.
says Despacito right there. It
Yes,
says it. Despacito.
yes, Despacito. Desperta is the Lord of Steel, the archdevil of Dis, who provides all the weapons in the great war between the devils and the demons. He rules his realm jointly with his consort Lilith, who runs a massive spy network throughout battle. Make sure the buzzers are reset. Go.
I don't know. Actually, his consort's name isn't Lilith.
His consort is named Lilith.
Actually,
Good guess.
Bator is not the correct name. That feels like a Star Wars name.
It does look like it's a Star Wars name, but as far as I can tell, that is not the correction that was given to me. So,
Oh,
Herb, do you have anything to take a stab at on this one?
It's just like, ugh.
I'm just staring at this question like, it's just no, actually, just let's see here. I really got nothing, so I'm simply going to say, actually, Lilith does not run a spy network.
Lilith does run a spy network.
Yeah,
This is now Prax leaned into the theme of the game and was appropriately pedantic with this one because Despater is not the Lord of Steel. He is the Iron Duke.
my
okay.
And that is the reaction that I think is desired by the people who write these questions. So
wow, that is a level of pedantry I did not even think I could raise to.
That's just the level of reading. I'm like, I've never even whom?
yeah.
Really putting my school reading comprehension skills to good use
Yeah.
here.
It's harder with the questions written down because then we are doing the whole like standardized testing thing where even if we don't know the answer, we're just looking for what really looks wrong
Yeah, you're like
in
trying
this
to poke
statement.
at
Like,
it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I go with C all the way down.
I try to make a
Honestly,
pattern.
yes.
I try to do a pattern on the Scantron if I don't know. Like,
Wow, the fact that you knew I meant Scantron and I didn't say it.
All right. So for right now, until we get, there's a couple more questions to come in. So if people want to throw things in with that form, you still have some time. But we do have one more currently, and one more I know we're waiting on. So let me go with the final one that's in the form for right now, which is from one of my mods. It is from Winged Stitches, who is absolutely appealing to me with this question because they've given us a Final Fantasy question.
Ooh.
oh.
There's two types of people.
Yep. I'm just gonna let that moment breathe for a minute. That's great.
Also, it's like an early Final Fantasy question in which I know nothing because that's your area, and then when I don't know it, I ask you, Pirate. I'm just like, I don't understand.
Yep.
Explain it to me.
Yeah.
So now we have
yes,
to
that's what
to
do. It's
enjoy
great.
like now we're just gonna be watching Pirate's reaction for how good of an actor while he reads this question with clearly something wrong in it about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. It's a good one. It is a good one. All right. So here we go. Oh, and we've got another one. Oh, I suspect that is Kelly's one that just came in.
Let's go.
All right. Copy paste while you
I was
read
gonna say,
it.
put it in
I
the
will.
Discord.
Let me get that. And also, just because I actually don't know, Kelly, because you also DM me what the thing that's wrong about that is, because I don't know. All right, so let me put this question in Discord, and let's get this going. All right. Installments of the Final Fantasy franchise tend to be standalone games, each involving different characters and settings. However, certain specifics recur across the series. Since Final Fantasy II, every game has featured or depicted chocobos, Moogles, and a character named Sid.
Actually, it isn't Final Fantasy 2. It's something to do with that anyway. Like,
So that is entirely too vague. And no, Final Fantasy II was the first game to feature chocobos, Moogles, and there's maybe some debate as to whether Sid was in first. He's referenced in Final Fantasy 1, but he does not appear in it. So they all make their first appearance in Final Fantasy 2.
Actually, they don't. Oh well, no. That's no. See, that is The way that that's worded is also like it's a vague thing in the question. So, all right. I was gonna say, actually, they're not all standalone games,
So
but
yeah,
it
so to
says
say
10. It
it
says
is
10
specifically
to
worded
be,
as
so that's
10.
not.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's
I'm not going to count
rude,
that as your
okay?
response, but yeah.
Who
it
puts a
is.
vague statement in a question with a wrong thing in it? Who does that?
Mike Trapp does apparently, because this one came
Well,
from,
look, I know he gets a lot of angry tweets. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Actually, every game has not had a SID.
Ooh, interesting. So you're circling around the thing that's wrong, but that's not the thing.
Hmm.
I think that's
Can I get a quarter of a point?
no, because Sid has appeared in all of the main lines, so that's not the thing that's wrong. You're around the area
No.
that not all
I
of
saw
those
Val
things have
move. I
appeared
saw
in
Val
all of
move
them.
first, so
Go on, Val.
Actually, they haven't all had Moogles.
So that is correct. They have not all had
Yes.
Moogles in. So I will
that's
give
what I
you
was
the
going to go
point,
with next. Yeah.
unless someone can tell me which games did not have Moogles in them.
Okay, now you're just asking.
That should
Final
be simple. That should be
Fantasy
simple.
9.
Pirate, how many games? How many Final Fantasy games have there been? Just list them for us. We'll pick them.
Wait, Final Fantasy 10.
Moogles, so they appear because Lulu has the Moogle doll.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it counts.
That's a Moogle
That
doll,
is
not
cheating. Oh.
that is too pedantic even for you.
No, the actual clarification is Moogles do not appear in Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, I
But
wouldn't have
They are
again,
not
when it
present
says
in those.
featured or depicted, again, that is like pushing it. Like so
Yeah.
like a poster in the game would count. That's
Yeah.
rude.
But no,
Yeah.
4 straight up just no Moogles. So, but that is
Aw.
that's the one. So, but I will give Val the point for that because you did at least identify the thing that was wrong, which was the Moogles. So,
I guess because I was like, Sid and Chocobos are staples, but
They are
Moogles
throughout,
are kind of
yeah.
a little more shaky. So that's why I went that way.
also, if you haven't
An
seen it yet,
educated guess.
go and check the initial artwork for Chocobos too, because they are terrifying. The initial appearance of Chocobos is not the cute, fluffy, yellow feathered ones. They are naked nightmare birds.
Naked?
I mean, just the concept of chocobos is still pretty nightmarish, even if they look
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
so they like the abyssal chickens?
Yes, actually, that is a really good XP for it. Yeah, they
That's
are very
horrifying.
abyssal chicken like.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I was going for the technicality of Cindy versus Sid because we deal with Cindy, not Sid.
So
They
that,
don't-
yeah,
I thought, isn't Sid? Like,
that's where they're trying to catch you up because Sid
15.
also is there. He's
I was gonna say Sid's
He's
like an
there.
antagonist something throughout them all,
yeah,
right?
he's
Or
there.
like
He's,
No.
an adventure guy?
he's,
Or an
yeah,
adventure
he's
something?
Sydney's grandfather. He is there. You do interact with him. It's just
Yeah.
He is, but he's not featured.
that's the bit. He's interactable. He's
When you try to get pedantic.
That's why I was like,
No,
that's why
I
I was
love
like
it. I
featured
love
or
it.
depicted. It was like, yeah, this.
I
I
love
like
it.
the question. The question put its own trapdoors inside
It
it
did.
and its own justifications for its reasoning within,
It
which I
did.
do respect as much as I hate the question.
I also, if we're gonna kind of get into the weeds on anyone, I love that it's the Final Fantasy one. Like, yes, let's get into this. Oh, we got the questions pouring in.
Well, see,
so this
you
is
would
great.
We're all experts about
This
Final
is
Fantasy.
one where
so
you
we're-
could
yeah.
actually get into the weeds about it.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
You know it.
Oh, I've been sitting there yelling at my monitor on some of the Final Fantasy questions during the actual show. It's great. But let's continue through because we've got now more questions coming in. So I'll try and get through these because I don't want to run too far over to respect all of your time. So we now have a question coming in from. I have to read the full title for the name on this submission. It is HRH, the Ginger Flame, who sings upon the graves of her enemies. Has given us a question. That's my
Amazing.
is
All right.
blowing out. All right, so this question. So we're going back to God of War,
No.
but it is the recent ones this time. So you know,
That doesn't help me.
No, not a no.
Question in the chat, please.
all right. So let me put this into the Discord, and I will read it out for chat. Let me find the right
And if
thing.
you
All right,
wrote
here we go.
Froyo instead of Freya,
All right. So the question is, the 2018 and 2022 blockbusters God of War and God of War Ragnarok featured an amazing array of voice actors, including Christopher Judge's performance as Kratos. He is joined by the wonderful work of Alistair Duncan as Mimir, who is also the voice of Sauron in the Shadow of War game.
actually, he didn't voice Sauron.
So that is correct. That is the correction. So I will give you that point unless you or somebody else can tell me who he did voice
In Shadow of War?
in Shadow of War.
Celebrimbor.
That is correct.
Oh shit! Really?
He was the voice of
What?
Celebrimbor.
How was that in your brain?
Shout out to my partner who played. He played it a lot, and I didn't care.
Yeah, Val just
Wow.
right in there with the correct answer on that one.
Okay,
Wow.
then. Shit.
And
No,
yes,
I'm
you
actually just a surprise. That was a shot in the dark. I'll take it though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you said it was a shot in the dark, but you got the name exactly right.
I'm just like,
Amazing. That was, yeah.
I
So-
demand a recount.
I like Lord of the Rings. It's fine.
I do too, but damn.
Apparently. All right, next one up is going to be to do come on forms. Sorry, I'm losing track of my own stuff.
Wow, he killed Matt Mercer. I'm
He
pretty
did.
sure Matt's very much alive.
Did he? Oh.
Rip Matt. I'll have to tell Mercer.
How many characters of Matt Mercer's have
It's
been
not,
murdered?
seriously, it's
Now
not
there's a
like
question.
Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not like if you die as the character you voiced, you die in real life.
Right.
That's not what happens.
How many Matt
Come
Mercer
on.
characters have been killed? I want
Yeah.
to look that up and be like, how many times have you had to do death noises?
I can just text him and ask.
Yep. So I do
That's
have
actually,
to.
I'm curious.
So we'll go through the rest. I do apologize to everyone who submitted questions because something I didn't realize about the way I said the Google form is if somebody submits two, it breaks the username order, and now it's a bar graph. So
Oh no.
blame Bob because now Bob has done two. I can't tell who submitted what, so I apologize. So if you know,
Bob,
you
I
know your
break it.
questions. So I cannot unfortunately attribute them. So just speak up if one was yours. But let's move on. We do, and I love whoever did this because we've got another Final Fantasy based one.
Oh.
And let me double check these. Okay, so but we're going with the music this time because it's let me actually put the notes in Discord for all of you. Here we go. All right, acclaimed composer Nobuo Uematsu, known for creating such fantastic songs as the Final Fantasy Victory Fanfare, Eyes on Me, and Otherworld, has composed for every main numbered entry 1 through 15 to date.
Actually, that's not right. It's he's co-composed.
I need to be a little more specific now.
That is the widest net
A
of
little
an
more
answer
specific.
ever.
I'm
I'm
actually-
actually
You're wrong.
Like,
No.
I'm actually no.
I don't remember his first name, but he co-composed Final Fantasy X with Masashi Hamazu, I believe.
So, whilst that is accurate, it also doesn't contradict the statement because it does say he
But-
composed for every main, not that he was the main composer on. He
I
composed for
disagree.
every main number.
But
I'm
Sci-Fi, you had one.
actually,
Yes,
he didn't compose for Final Fantasy 14.
he did. He does have pieces
Well-
in 14. Soken did a lot of the work, but there are Uematsu pieces in 14. Do you want to take a stab at
I
it?
got-
actually, he's not acclaimed. Because that is cultural sentiment. That is not something that you actually can just get. So
Right,
actually, he is not acclaimed.
I
he
love
just
where you're
pissed
going
off
with
the
that.
entire Final
My
Fantasy
other-
fandom collectively.
I
My
love where you're
other
going with
thought
it.
was,
Um,
actually, he didn't compose the Victory Fanfare.
He did compose the Victory Fanfare.
Eyes on Me.
Actually, he didn't compose Otherworld.
He did that. All his. I say we're not going to get this one, because you're managing to get everything about this other than the thing that is wrong, which we could possibly eventually guess our way into, but it's going to take a while because he did not compose on Final Fantasy 13. He actually had nothing to do with that one at all.
But I said 10.
You
You
did
were
say
so
10.
like I really honestly thought
But
Val
it
was going to get it
should've
when,
It should have
when
been
they pulled
broader.
out a
I went
number.
too
I was like,
specifically.
Yeah.
I said too specifically 10. I
that's
should have
gotta
just
be-
said he
like,
didn't compose.
that had to
them.
be the wrong part. Where it was
Yeah.
like you just said all of them. I'm like that can't be right.
Dang
Okay,
it.
but
that-
if he
no.
composed for 13, isn't that included in the 1 to 15?
That's the point. He didn't compose in 13. That's why it's an incorrect.
So there's
statement.
one he didn't compose completely and
Yeah.
totally, but I picked one where he co-composed stuff.
Well, he
so-
has not. He wasn't on 13 at all.
Yeah,
That's
and Val's
the difference.
statement about all of them but co-writing on one made us think, oh, then that must be
Yeah.
the right thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I get where you're going.
I'm
with it,
sorry, I
but,
led you all astray.
Wow.
Good
Just-
job. You did. You left them down.
Wow.
I don't even know anything about this, so I'm just
I
like,
was
what?
I thought I could get it because I was such a Final Fantasy nerd. I was like, I got this.
All
But then I
right,
don't
so-
got this at all.
Let's
I
continue
didn't get that.
through. All right, so we've got another one. It's Star Trek again.
Ah, hell. Okay.
So here we go. The original series of Star Trek went to some truly dark places at times. as I remember to post this in Discord for you. There
I
we go.
was like, wait, I need to
Um,
text.
There you go. For example, Captain Kirk had to struggle with the morality of arresting Ordo, the governor of Tarsus IV, the monster of his childhood nightmares, where Kirk is one of only 7 children who could actually identify Ordo.
I'm waiting to see what Brian said.
Val,
Actually, he's not the governor of Tarsus 4.
he is the governor of Tarsus IV.
Shot in the dark. I don't know. This is Brian's game.
Actually, his name is not Ordo.
That's correct. His name is not Ordo, so I will give you that unless somebody can tell me what his name is.
Oh,
Good luck.
nah.
All right.
I
So,
can't pull out my final, my Lord of the Rings lore this time.
so we get the point on that for Cypher on that one. His real name is Kodos.
Oh yeah, no.
Nah.
Which,
Not
correct me if
Frank.
I'm wrong, isn't Kodos also one of the aliens from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror? Isn't it Kang and Kodos?
Yep.
Like, so I suspect
Yes.
that's where that's gone. So love that. Well done. Who again? I don't know who put that question in. Well done, whoever that was.
That was nicely done. Yeah.
Big fan of that. All right. So, some of these are great. We are going to go.
Oh,
we're
no.
going back to Dragon Age.
Let's
Dragon Age
go.
Origins specifically.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Cypher
all
might
right.
have this more than me.
Cyber's
though.
like, let's go.
This
gonna-
is Cypher's
I'm just
game
gonna grab
more.
my,
Yeah.
trying to grab my water. All right.
All right. Let me
Wait,
paste
then Brian.
this into
I
Discord for
put the
all of
question in
you.
there.
All right, here we go. In Dragon Age Origins, the Landsmeet can result in several outcomes. Honora and Alistair wed. Honora rules alone. Alistair rules alone. Alistair is killed. Alistair becomes a-
Actually, Alistair will not wed a human. I'm sorry, Alistair will not wed a dwarven noble because he cannot get away with it. He actually makes you his side piece if you're anything but a human.
So, whilst there is a link in this, oh, there it is.
You put the answer in here.
Oh shit. Okay, well that's my bad.
I didn't read the
copy-pasted
answer
it.
though. I
No,
only got
I
halfway
saw-
through.
I
Okay.
saw that as Tanya was starting to answer, and I was like, "Oh, I think that's the."
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That
But
is-
I didn't
yes,
get
that
that
is my
far.
fault.
I just
Somebody
I
put
just
it
got
into
the
the
Alistair
question.
will wed a dwarf.
We
and I'm
ain't
like,
even
no.
about to question that.
So here's
'cause, yeah.
the thing with this. Yeah, I did screw up and copy paste it into Discord. And if it was anyone other than Tanya who bunched it on at
Yeah.
that point, I would question it. I don't question
No.
that at all. So
Me neither.
I'm sorry. If you whip out
Happy to
side
give
piece
points
when
on
you're
that.
talking about Dragon Age, you know the person knows what they're talking about. All
Yes.
right.
It is a romance question about Dragon Age Origins. I will fully believe you did not get any further than that question.
I'm like, this is also really detailed for who Alistair and Honora will wed. Jesus.
Okay, so let me be a little more careful to make sure that I don't do that again. All right, good. And-
Not in Origins, and the Canari actually look very different, much like the Klingons look different than they do in Star Trek. They do not look like bulls in Dragon Age Origins.
That is true. All right, so let me.
I'm sorry, I forgot I was a walking encyclopedia.
Nope.
I was gonna
that's,
say, I know
that's
you
good.
know origin stuff. Like my Dragon Age lore tends to be more Inquisition-y, and you know way more origins. So
Yeah,
Look,
I only
you asked
played
me
the games
about this. I
one.
defer
I
to
played the
you.
games one time. I didn't pay that close attention. Like,
Look, you asked me a Frender's question. We scrapping.
Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Oh, I
Wow,
see what's happened here. Let me take this one. So whoever put the question in about the choke slam, if you could DM me on Twitch and let me know what the actual correction is, because I'm not sure what's wrong with that one. So we'll come back to that.
We
and
don't
move
know.
on to our
Well,
next. Okay, so this is going to be about Resident Evil 4.
I don't know anything about Resident Evil. Okay.
I kind of might know.
All right, here we go.
Mhm.
Resident Evil 4, where players controlled US Special Agent Leon S. Kennedy, was a departure in tone from previous games in the series, which focused more on survival horror, where 4 has an action-adventure feel. Leon is sent to rural Spain to rescue the US President's daughter, Ashley Graham. One of Leon's new signature moves in RE4 is to pile-drive zombies into the ground.
there are so many details in this question.
This is a very well-written
What the
question.
heck?
I love
What?
the way this was written.
This question's a trap.
Yeah, it's great.
This is a guess unless Brian wants to go first. Actually, Chris does not pile drive zombies.
So, interestingly, your correction is itself wrong because it's Leon, not Chris. But you are also correct that is the inaccuracy. He does not pile drive zombies into the ground. So I will give you that point unless somebody can tell me what he does. There is a new move he has.
He suplexes them like you suplex trains in Final Fantasy 14.
That's correct.
You didn't say I'm actually.
That is correct. He
Oh, shit, I
suplexes
didn't know
zombies.
that.
I'm actually, he suplexes them.
Wow.
Oh,
You know what?
I
That's
said,
fair.
I watched for 10 minutes. There was a steal in those 10 minutes, so.
yeah, that is.
That's
So
fair.
we will
I got
give,
What's
excited.
up with games and suplexes?
We'll
What
give
is
out the
that
steal on
about?
that. But yeah, that is correct. He does not pile drive them. He does suplex them. Because every game is made better.
And
by
I was
having
just
suplexes in
memeing
it.
because of the Doom Train thing in Final Fantasy.
I just,
That's
yeah,
how you
Final
do it.
Fantasy, the soup, yeah, like, I just, okay, suplex the train. I don't,
Yep. So thank you, Bob,
That
for that
seems-
one. I love that question. That
seems like a super
great.
efficient way
That's
to
from
get through
Bob.
zombies.
Wow, Bob, you actually
Yeah.
did not cursed cat stuff. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I love what's so. I suspect I know who wrote this one. We have one that's not a question, but I'm going to read it out anyway because it's amazing.
Not
Brian
a
is the-
comment, more than a question, though.
This panel is canceled.
True, but I'm going to go with it
so I can
anyway.
Cut their mic.
There's no inaccuracy, but I'll give it to you because it's Brian is the king of epic eye rolls, but none are so epic as the time that he and Kelly lost a dating sim in the first 20 minutes. Apparently,
I
there's no
remember that.
inaccuracy about that statement. It's just
No.
somebody wanted us
actually-
to be aware of that.
Actually, we didn't actually even make it 20 minutes in.
That is true.
It does say in
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't, we didn't even need 20 minutes.
Amazing.
That is so good. I love that so much. All right.
Oh, no. That game is so
Wow.
awful.
All right. So we have one left because I still don't know what the correction is about the other one. So let's just move on to the last one, which is going to be related to The Witcher.
Oh no.
Which
Okay.
Witcher?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, you're gonna find
Witcher
out.
games.
Oh boy.
I'll just sit over here.
Cody
and have
Podsmith
water.
flew to Poland to pitch The Witcher TTRPG at the age of 18. His pitch was successful, landing him as the lead developer and principal designer for the game.
Actually, that is incorrect because the books were optioned from the novels later, so he is not the lead developer of the game.
So that's not the correction I was given. And I don't know enough about this to correct
Okay, repeat
you
the
on that.
question.
Yes.
Is like, oh,
in
you
the
know what? I retract my answer. I totally heard the
Yeah,
wrong
I think
name.
the way that your answer is right, the way the question's asking is not for your answer.
So I
because-
retract my
Okay.
question,
So
but
correct again.
I will
Cody
say
Podsmith flew to
actually
Poland.
Cody was not 18.
That is correct. He is not 18.
Yeah, I was about
Do you
to
know
say,
how old
that
he
was-
was?
24.
20.
Do you want to take a stab at this one? Because I'll give it to Cypher unless somebody can tell me what the actual age is.
I know Cody.
I'm gonna say 28.
Okay, you're all guessing in the wrong direction. He was 16.
What?
What?
What? I would love that. Can
You
I
know
go
that was
back in
back
time
in
and
the
be a
past when they just
16-year-old?
fly a 16-year-old halfway around the world to do that crap. Damn.
Right?
I mean, he got it from his daddy.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
That's
Yikes.
a fun thing to get to say you did at 16. So all right. Oh wow. Yeah. According to Val, the answer will be old. I don't know.
0. You know what?
You don't get it.
So that is a point.
Yes.
Wow.
But go away.
So
Wow.
there's the amazing thing with that correct answer though. That tied it. Everyone has 8. I told you that we had enough to even this out. We have a 3-way
We're
tie.
all winners.
And you know
Almost.
what? I'm going to leave it at that. That's fantastic. It's a charity stream. I actually genuinely love that. So that could not be a better place to end it.
I was gonna say,
Wow.
I
was
would have
really the
won
winner here.
if I had said actually and Brian hadn't stolen it.
Yeah, I had to get that in.
That's
That's fine though. I'd
Wow.
rather all of us win. That
that
actually
is
feels
the
pretty
kicker of the game.
appropriate.
I especially for a charity stream, absolutely love that. That makes me
Yeah.
so
Oh
incredibly
my
happy.
god.
So, so yeah, 8 points each. Congratulations, you have successfully all managed to
Yay.
correct a beardy white mine on the internet.
Bring me back for a BioWare one, please, or Final Fantasy.
Yes.
That'd be so. Or Final Fantasy 14
Oh,
one.
if I ever do a Final Fantasy one, of
Oh my
these,
gosh.
yeah, I will write those
Please.
my damn self. That's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Oh no.
But so we are definitely kind of at time, so I don't want to take up too much of my guests' time, so we're gonna wrap things up here. I'll say thank you so much to everyone for hanging out, and especially thank you to everyone for those donations. We did blow past the goal, $1,145 raised by the end. Thank you so much for that. Again, the NCA is an incredible charity. What I did not see, let me double check. What I actually forgot about was the giveaway, which I see Zach Rules won. So Zach, if you are still around, please DM me with an address and I will make sure the NCA ship that out to you. I got so caught up in this, I totally forgot the giveaway was running, but that's why I have Stream Tools to do it for me. So yeah, I do now have to do a cooking stream, so I don't know when exactly I will do that. It will probably be at some point over the holidays, so keep an eye on that. And that may well be my last stream ever because I will probably burn my apartment down.
Please, I will
So-
go to New York.
Alright.
You'll
I
be
will-
fine.
No,
You
it'll
will
be great.
I
It'll be
will.
fine.
I will
fly
take
in.
Brian with
It'll be
me
fine.
up to
I'm
New
joking.
York.
I'm kidding. It's fine.
I mean, I'm down
fine.
for a trip to New York. It's fine.
I mean,
Road trip, everyone
I
up there.
told you,
It'll
you
be
could also fly here.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So without further ado, let's wrap things up and pull through. So I do want to again thank my wonderful guests for agreeing to come on. It was a fantastic time. I greatly appreciate that you all agreed to do this. I know especially a lot of you have been very, very busy with various work, charitable stuff. So the fact that you took the time to do this is greatly appreciated. So let's run through, and we'll go through in the same order as the start. If you want to just tell everyone who you are, where they can find you, and any fun stuff you have coming up next. Starting with Cypher.
Only fun thing I have, well, fun being operative. I don't know if players will like what I have planned, but tomorrow's season 14 finale of Rivals of Waterdeep, where you can also find Brian, who's with me, and next. After that, I plan to do nothing but play a lot of video games, drink a lot of the fine alcohol in my house, and not talk to other humans unless I absolutely have to.
That sounds
So-
delightful.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll also be joined by our guest player, Jasmine Bullard, that bronze girl. And hopefully I can pull off these shenanigans.
You and Herb.
Yeah, you can find me everywhere online at Urban Bohemian, except on TikTok, but that's another story. You'll fetch me tomorrow on my own stream in the morning. We're probably going to play more Wildflowers. And then, as Tanya said, we're going to be doing Rivals of Waterdeep, the season 14 finale tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, because I can never remember the other time zones. And then, yeah, after Rivals of Waterdeep, my commitments for the year are done. So I am hoping to hole up, kind of hibernate, and not have any commitments until well after the new year.
Thank you. And Val.
I forgot how to do outros. You can find me. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Space Valkyries. I have a website now, spacevalkyries.com. And next weekend, actually, my tentative plan, assuming I'm feeling well enough because I'm actually sick right now, is to play a lot of Mass Effect on stream, to maybe finish Mass Effect Legendary Edition before the end of the year, so my mods can stop telling me they don't believe me that I'll ever beat the game.
Wow.
That's my plan.
Hey, Val,
Will it
who are you
pan out?
romancing this playthrough?
Liara, grudgingly,
Oh,
because for charity. But I'm a diehard
Nice.
Panther, so it's a struggle. So you can watch me do that next weekend at Saturday, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Thank you for this. This was really fun.
Thank you. And yeah, I've been Chris Ganeas, aka the Painting Pirate, aka the Mic Trap your mum said you had at home. Thank you very much to all of the guests for doing this. Thank you to NCA for reaching out to me to do this. My schedule is going to be kind of weird over the holiday season because I'll be off and on, because I will actually have some time away from the day job for once. So I'm hoping to use that to get a little extra streaming in. Currently mostly playing through a lot of Crisis Core because I'm a massive Final Fantasy nerd and I love that game, and Zack is my second favorite Final Fantasy character of all time, so come keep an eye on the socials. I also have my own website now, paintingpirate.com, or to give the Steven spin on it, paintingpirate.com. So that's a place you can come and check out all of my stuff there. And also, if you're in here and not already following, do hit the follow button. I would really appreciate that because I am trying to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So yay! If you liked the chaos that went on here, do please give a follow and come back for more of it. I do have a raid target hit. We're going to go and join some more charitable fundraising for some of the sources, actually, for one of the questions, because I saw that Bloody Faster is currently playing through Kingdom Hearts in support of St. Jude. So that feels like an appropriate place to go and go over there. So we're going to go hang out with them. So please do be lovely. Thank you for hitting there's the raid command, Unleash the Gradehounds, #PaintRaid. It's all the places to follow me and support. Again, thank you to Cypher, Herb, and Val for doing this. Thank you to the NCA and to Little Flower Yoga for supporting the giveaway. So take care, have a great weekend, have a great holiday season, and hopefully I'll see you next time for more, and should be seeing all of you in chat tomorrow for Rivals of Waterdeep season finale. Take care. Captain's off deck. Have a good one. Good night.